Hello, good evening and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda, aka Tony. It's another beautiful day in Zamunda today, boys and girls, but the place is looking shabby, it's looking tatty and it's looking untidy. So there's a day of clearing and prep. I'll show you what I mean. I've got a greenhouse that I created. The first structure I created on these plots 8 years ago is here. And the last 2 years we haven't grown anything in it, but this year we will be doing. But I'll show you the state of it right now. There's a lot of work to be done today, guys. So this is a timber framed 6mm polycarbonate glazed greenhouse, and it's the first one that I did. This is the first structure that I built on the plots. Now inside here is a midden. Look, I can't even get in, and that's been 2 years of just being left to its own devices, that, and it's a right state. I can't even get in. Let's have a look. Look at the state of it in here. What an absolute midden. Now this is the first job today. Clear this out. Clear it out and give it a bit of a clean. And we'll check what the beds are like. They'll need topping up and they'll need some nutrition going in them. But I'll just got to check what the situation is. Look at that. That'll create a million new weeds, that. Dent de lion. The tooth of the lion. Right, so I'm going to compost a lot of those dried weeds, because you need your greens and your browns when you're doing the compost. So the fresh greens and manky leaves and stuff like that, they all go into the compost. And then on top of that, you want to put some dry stuff, some browns. And it assists in the actual production of the composting process. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But first of all, I'm going to get a weeding bucket and get them all filled up. Let's have a look. That'll do. I'll probably fill that about 4 times. So I'll need that. I'll need some gloves, which I've got there. I think I'll favour these sturdier green ones, the dark green, because there may be nettles. There may be nettles that'll sting my hands, my little paws. I don't want that. Who needs that drama in their life? Right, so that's the before. And all you can do really is just get stuck into it and get it cleared out. Here's the after. The before was a flaming jungle, a graveyard for dead weeds. But yeah, I've cleared them all out. It was 3 big buckets worth. All been cleared out, and I've topped the beds off with a couple of bags of that compost that I got the other day from Paul Green. And it's all right. I'm going to water that in. I'm going to put some nutrition into it, some bloodfish and bone into it, mix it through and water it, just so as it mixes properly and beds in correctly with the old stuff. But I have noticed in here there's absolutely tons of bindweed. So as that comes up, I've learned my lesson with bindweed. I pulled them all out one year. It took us about 2.5 hours, and it was soul destroying, because about 6 weeks after, up they popped again, stronger than ever. So I'm just going to leave them and just pluck them as they come up. No point doing the job twice. I'm just going to do that, and hopefully over time that'll weaken it. But you just need to turn your back on the bindweed and it just takes over. It's absolutely atrocious stuff. It's the devil's weed, bindweed. It really is the devil's weed, bindweed, hedge bindweed we've got on here. Our main enemies on here are stinging nettles, because they're quite prevalent. Horse's tails, although I think I'm getting on top of the horse's tails, or mare's tail. And but bindweed as well. I have managed to keep it under control on a lot of the allotment, but if you like I've done here, I've turned me back for 2 years on it, and it's absolutely atrocious. It's come back twice as strong, 3 times as strong. I'm going to have to take the netting off that to get it all out and re-net it, if I bother re-netting it, because really I don't need it on there, because all I grow in there is stuff that needs the insects, needs the bees and the other pollinators to come in. So I might not even put that on. I might just take that off, and I could use that if I end up doing that that sectional bit in the brassica tent I was talking about yesterday. I might well use that door for that. One job down. Now, you long-time viewers may remember the wise old elf. How could you forget? Joseph Lowe has appeared on the plots. Been on for a bit actually while I've been in there clearing out that greenhouse. I might see if he'll give us 5 minutes. Here he is, our old pal. How are you, Joe?
Greetings to anybody who might know me, recognise me, whatever.
The wise old elf himself here in Rivendell.
Tony's quick catch up. So all this right hand side now is all prepped up and prepared. So I've replaced a few posts because one or two had gone. They'd just gone rotten at the bottom because all my fruits are just beginning to bud now.
What have you got on here then, Joe? What's on this espalier?
This one is plum.
Plum?
That's an apple, a Braeburn. This one on this side is a pear. It's the French one, Comisty, whatever it is.
Oh, right, so it's not a conference, that it's a...
Oh, the conference is the tree there on the left hand side now.
Yeah, that's a conference pear.
And I put this in at the end of last year.
What we got here?
Died, and this is a Cox's orange pippin.
Oh, right, I like coxes.
So this one is just budding now.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll get this going as the year progresses. I've mulched all this side completely just to keep it neat and tidy between the beds, because we had tons and tons of stuff dropped off a good few months ago.
Chips and that, wood chips.
Loads and loads of chippings.
I use quite a bit on there. I could do with some more though, probably about another 5 or 6 barrels.
It's just keeping your eyes on, isn't it?
Yeah.
So all the beds are all prepared, they're all ready, they're all prepped up. The only thing on the ground is my winter onions haven't done as well this time. Why, I can't tell you, but that's not a problem because I've got all my stir on onions to go in.
Stir on?
Stir on, that's what I grow, stir on. I put some string onions here where the string line is. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Just a string line, so there's some early spring onions in there to get them going. Flower bed at the back. I'll probably grow melons and pumpkins and courgettes in these two.
Got you.
This will have sweet peas on later on. Yeah, the sweet peas are in the greenish now. We'll go and have a look in a bit. They're just coming through. And then because it's relatively narrow, I'll just do rows of beetroot and lettuce. And
right, yeah, fill it up with beetroot and lettuce.
Yeah, easy stuff.
Do you cover your lettuce? Because I know some do and some don't on here, don't they?
I just leave them, Tony, because you're just making more work again, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy up there on the end, last year he had some fantastic lettuces and they were all open planted and nothing protected them at all.
Sometimes you can be lucky. I redid my strawberry bed, got some new strawberries, threw the old ones away. So this is the new strawberry bed. That's all done and fed. 2 rows of garlic over there. Blueberries. I dug half the compost that was in the pot out, and I've put fresh ericaceous in there.
For the blueberries, yeah.
So that's blueberries, ericaceous. Little flower bed again.
Ericaceous soil, for the uninitiated, is slightly acidic.
That's right, yeah, which they like. Raspberries in this one.
Raspberry red. Now. Are they the autumn ones that in here?
The autumn one, autumn treasure. So they'll easily get 5 foot tall, and as they start getting taller, I'll just put a string line all the way around to stop them falling out. And again, another, so it might take 3 or 4 string lines to keep them all contained. Onions will be going in this one. later, well, in the next couple of weeks, because the onions are not far off ready now.
We'll have a look at the onions. They're a bit further along than mine, aren't they, then?
Cabbage and collie in this bed, cabbage, collie, broccoli and sprouts, which is one bed here and the end bed over there. I made a bit of a log pile when they took the trees down, so I decided get a load of logs, just pile it all up. They can rot down for the creatures, and then all the flowers to come up later on.
It's like a nice decorative border, really, isn't it?
Good morning, how you doing? Not bad, he's just doing a little vlog.
I seen it yesterday in a shed.
Did you? Oh, you watched it?
I heard voices before I was doing, then I seen you in your shed.
Talking to himself.
Talking to himself.
Greenhouse is ready for stuff going in, but not yet. And I put my nets up, so when I put my tomatoes in,
Yeah.
you don't get the direct sunlight that'll just shrivel them all up.
Stops the leaf, doesn't it,
Yeah, so
curling
there's
up and
cabbage,
drying.
collie and broccoli there. And I've just done some wildflower seeds in a little cell tray. So I decided rather than do them in the ground,
Yeah.
if I did them in the cell trays, once they pop up, I've got 30 individual, if you like, clumps that I can just put round all over the place.
Right. What, you're going to separate? Have you put a few seeds in each, like, and they're going to
I've
separate
just
them out when they
sprinkled
come up?
seeds in each, covered them, watered them. Now, once they come through and they get maybe 2-3 inches high, I've got individual plugs then of wildflowers, and I can scatter them all over the place.
Very good.
Obviously, my fence panels from the front have come out because they've all been stained, so they're ready for going back in here. And then this is, I've just been doing a few seeds, I've more seeds to do. And this is currently where we're at.
These are all your starts.
So these are all my onions. So we've got 9 trays of onions, pumpkins. The girls came round the other weekend, and because they're big seeds and the kids can play with them, they just poke their fingers in the compost and shove them in, but it gets them involved. So here's the pumpkins that the girls did. So we've got some pumpkins out already, more sweet peas.
Have you only just started them off the peas?
Yeah, they're just coming through nicely.
Oh, right, yeah, there's a
Because
little
I've done
popping
them
his head up.
Yeah, I've done them at different stages. These went in obviously a fortnight before. They went in 13th of March, so that's only took them a fortnight.
You dip them in and out of these watering trays?
Yeah, because all I do is keep my watering trays at the back.
Yeah.
These are having a soak now, so these are busy Lizzie's, which are just for back home.
Yeah.
But I've put some leeks in the courgettes,
All right, yeah. Yeah.
so the courgettes are on the way.
Are they just the standard greens then? They're not the yellows, right?
Yeah,
No.
just the standard greens. And these are some geranium plug plants that I got. So I'll grow them on in here. And I just use the trays, just let them soak all the water up, take them out, put them on the other side.
So how often do you swap them round them then?
Every 3 or 4 days, because it's pretty warm in here now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you don't just keep on top, they can soon dry out.
And too much water's not really beneficial,
Too
is it?
much
It's being
water's
sat
not
in it.
beneficial, no.
That's the lesson I've got
So
on
what
there.
have we got here? A few sprouts. These are called blue bedder, which is a lovely blue flowering plant for later on in the year, because you know what I'm like with my flowers. Cornflowers, nigella, a lot of these. Them's cabbage. These are more cabbage. Leeks in this one. Cosmos in this one. Leeks here, see they're coming through now.
Yeah.
Yeah. White cosmos at the back here coming through. I've got a few lettuce growing there I did the other day. Some more spring onions here because I sowed the ones outside first. They only got sown at weekend. Oh, the girls did these again, sunflowers. But
Right.
rather than grow the big tall sunflowers, Yeah, these are the ones that'll bunch out, maybe the size of a 6-inch plate, and they'll be cut flowers then for taking home and sharing around.
So you get plenty of heads on them ones, don't you?
Yeah, the multi-headed, Tony. So because they're multi-headed, you can just cut them off, then take them home, and instant flowers for the house.
Oh, there's plenty coming on, isn't there?
Well, there's loads coming on. Some early strawberries. I'll put some early strawberries in here, because these will fruit and flower probably 4 weeks, 5 weeks before the strawberries that we've seen in the bed. But by bringing them in here and it's warm, up they come. And away they go. And that's about it. I've just got stuff everywhere, but it's just a case of keeping on top. And when it's what I think is the right time, I'll just get them planted out. Get the buggers planted out. Here's another little soaky tray, so they can soak it up.
Then we get a bit of fresh air outside.
These are cornflowers.
Oh, mind your head.
Just bang your head. That is absolutely bone dry. If you pick it up, you can see it.
You feel the light. Yeah.
See, it's shrinking round the side there. So just let them soak it up and have a good drink.
You just got to do it by eye, really, don't you? Because you can see leaves are starting to dry out.
The leaves are starting to go over, but you also know by the weight.
Yeah.
If it's light and it's like that, then they need a drink. Give them a good drink.
Cornflowers are blue flowers, aren't they, when they come through?
But again, they'll just get spread out all over the place. So as much as I'm going to have my crops of cabbage, collie, broccoli, whatever it is, wherever, on both plots, yeah, I'll intermingle all my flowers with them as well.
Friend of the bees, Joe.
Friend of the bees, yeah.
Fantastic, mate. That'll do for this week, won't it?
Oh yeah, so I'll give it a couple of weeks now and see how we go on again.
We'll have a catch up.
Right, there we go.
Fantastic. Right, see you later, boys and girls. See you in a bit.
See you now. Take it easy.
Always a pleasure to catch up with Joe there. A wealth of knowledge with him. Really good bloke. Top banana. And we'll be doing several of those over the season. I've threatened it for the last couple of years, and so's Joe, but we never catch each other. We've got each other's numbers now, so I'm going to sort it out that so we can have a meet up about once a fortnight and have a catch up on Joe's plot, if that's all right with you guys. I'm sure it will. It will be. Right, catch you in a bit. So next on our tidy up is this area. I'm going to do the outsides, I think, this next couple of days, and try and tidy all of this up and get it ship shape and Bristol fashion. So it's all these external areas. The reason I'm doing this is because the next 2 days it's going to be nice like this. You know, broken sun, mostly sunshine, bit of cloud. And then come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be persistently raining. Persistently. So we're going to sort that out and do all the insides clear outs then. So I'm going to be clearing out that. Have a go at the brassica tent and get rid of them kale, the last of the kale, and inside there, and then potentially do the tiki hut. But I'm digressing. Let's get this sorted out first. Okay, now that's had a decent cursory once over. All the OSB board hasn't been put to waste either. See these OSB boards, when they start to rot down, which this has been there about 20 years, that shed, and the OSB doesn't last that long, it rots down and breaks up, and so I've assisted it to break up, and I've used it for doing some paths with. I've done the top path here, and I'll just take you down this direction. I've broken more up and done this path with it. Not only that, the big sheets will eventually break down, but in the meantime they'll still act as weed suppressants. I blocked myself in here. Ugh, better. They'll still act as weed suppressants. So this is an area of the plot that doesn't really get much human traffic going up and down through it. So what I've done with the boards, the OSB boards, is I've made a sort of thick carpet of them over here, the big pieces, and that should keep those weeds at bay. They will burst through, but it'll be a lot easier to weed because I'll just come up and whip them up as they come up. They'll not be popping up everywhere. They'll just be coming up where the cracks are. And there's a good layer or two of the OSB boards been put on that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll do the job. Fingers crossed. I found that door as well. There's a door that could be potentially used on the tent, the tiki tent. Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed the show. It's well past dinner time now. It's 1:45. Kind of lost track of time. It takes a while, or it took me a while to break up those bits of OSB and to create the paths. I probably spent about an hour at least breaking all those into tiny chunks and spreading them about on the path. I got carried away with that. But yeah, end of day 3 on the week on the plots, a week down the plots. And tomorrow, more tidying, more straightening, more clearing out, more making it presentable and ready for the coming season. There's still quite a bit to do, and I'll be doing it. And then on the Friday and the Saturday and the Sunday, I'll be continuing on, and we'll also get some more plants off and running, get some more seeds sown. So yeah, plenty to do. All right, see you all later, boys and girls. Take care of each other, and remember, we love you all. If you're a lady, you've been fragrant, fantastic and beautiful. If you're a gentleman, you've been forthright, masculine and virile. And if you've been something in between, you've been something in between. See you tomorrow, boys and girls. Take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.